Well, I'm a big believer in if you don't dream it, you can't become it. I mean, look where you're sitting. You've done a wonderful job, and you remained a good man with all the success that you've had and your family has had. And just like myself, you had to dream that you could be something in life and do something in life. And so I was a big dreamer, and so my job was to clean these 7 floors between Friday and Sunday. So every time I would go to the 7th floor was the CEO's office. So I would bust in like I was the CEO. I'm dreaming like I'm the CEO now. And then I would kick my feet up on his desk, recline the seat back, and I pretended like I had an assistant out front, and I would hit the intercom button. Tony, could you bring me today's paper, some coffee and donuts? And so I pretend she would come into the office, and and one time I'm sitting there dreaming, and he walks in on me. And he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm dreaming like I'm the CEO." And who would have ever thought? I've been blessed. And here I am the CEO of my own company. And what a blessing. And so, but I think back to those moments, and those moments helped me to get to where I am today.
Hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. How's it going? Great to see you all once again. Come on and take a seat. You know the drill. But the question remains, who or what are we going to be talking about today? Well, today I have a tale to tell you in the usual vein: celebrity, money, fame, entrepreneurship, all the good stuff. And we're going to be talking about one Irvin Magic Johnson Jr., born August 14th, 1959. So, interestingly enough, Johnson began thinking of life after basketball while he was still playing with the Lakers, as I mentioned earlier. And it's unfortunately a little bit of a trope that a lot of athletes have tried to get into business, but not done so successfully. So, Johnson did the smart thing and sought advice. During his, I believe it was the 7th season of the NBA, he had a meeting with Michael Ovitz, who was a CEO of the Creative Artists Agency, and Ovitz basically said, "Look, man, educate yourself, learn as much as you possibly can." And so from that little meeting, Johnson's first foray into business was a high-end sporting goods store, naturally named Magic 32. But this initial endeavor failed after only 1 year. But you know the old adage, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And so this experience taught him to listen to his customers and actually find out what products they wanted. And one of the great things about Johnson is, despite the high-end stuff, he had in 1997, his production company Magic Johnson Entertainment signed a deal with Fox, hosted a late-night talk show. He's created his own record company that's in a joint venture with MCA. And in fact, currently, Magic Johnson Enterprises, his conglomerate company, is worth about $700 million. He owns a nationwide chain of movie theaters, Magic Johnson Entertainment, which is a film studio, and also has created the Magic Card, which is a prepaid MasterCard aimed at helping low-income people save money and participate in electric commerce. And actually that sort of takes me back to my previous point. What I was going to say is he's become very quickly a leading voice on how to invest in urban communities, creating redevelopment opportunities in underserved areas, most notably actually through his movie theaters and partnership with Starbucks. In fact, he was instrumental in convincing Howard Schultz with his idea that he could successfully open Starbucks coffee shops in urban areas, in places like Detroit, Washington DC, Harlem, and the Crenshaw district of Los Angeles. Johnson sold his remaining interest in stores back to the company in 2010, but that was after a successful 12-year partnership. He's also made other investments in urban real estate. There's so much more that we could be talking about here, but as you always know, brevity is the soul of wit, and let's keep things moving on to point number 2, life after basketball. Now, of course, I've already mentioned one mentor of Johnson's, but Johnson's never been shy about talking about the people who have inspired him and encouraged him to succeed. One of those other people was the Lakers owner, I should say, sadly now departed Lakers owner, dead Lakers owner, Jerry Buss, whom Johnson saw as a mentor and father figure, calling him his second father, in fact. When Johnson was diagnosed as HIV positive, Jerry Buss, in fact, supported him. Never hesitated in keeping Johnson close to the organization. In fact, brought him in as part owner and even as a coach. And this was a real impetus for Irvin. He'd never actually seriously considered coaching, but he agreed to take the head coaching position with the Lakers. And this is not the only time Jerry Buss has helped out people or provided encouragement and mentorship for players and coaches and associates of the team. Anyway, he took on the head coaching position in 94. In 92, in fact, he'd given Johnson a contract that paid him $14 million a year. As payback for all the years he was not the league's highest player. And although Johnson's retirement prior to the 92-93 season voided this contract, Buss insisted that he still paid. Another really interesting lesson that Johnson took to heart. And it was this arrangement that allowed Johnson to coach the team without receiving any additional salary, which I'm sure also, got in some creative accounting and stuff. But, hey, nothing's entirely completely just altruistic when big sums of money are involved. Interestingly, though, after Johnson ended his coaching stint, Buss sold him a 4% stake in the Lakers for $10 million, and Johnson served as a team executive, which I'm sure was instrumental in the experience that he's gained and now gone on to provide to others and used to manage his business empire. Which brings us back to point number 3. Interestingly enough, once an athlete, always an athlete. And, it's something that he's given his whole life towards. So even, when you get a little bit older and the body isn't responding as well as it is, there are other ways that you can involve in and grow the physical enterprise and exercise in sports that you love. Although, interestingly enough, Johnson is also an investor for Axiomatic Esports, which owns Team Liquid, which I'm sure will be familiar to quite a few of you. In January 2012, Johnson signed with Guggenheim Partners and Stan Kaysen in a bid for ownership of the LA Dodgers baseball team. And in fact, in March of that same year, his ownership group was announced as the winner of the proceedings to buy the Dodgers. Probably a slightly more successful involvement with baseball than, say, a certain Michael Jordan may have ever had. The group that bought the Dodgers, led by Johnson, paid $2 billion for the Dodgers, which is the largest amount ever paid for a professional sports team. So another person who's in there is Peter Guber, who is also the co-owner of the Golden State Warriors. He owns a small stake in the Dodgers with Johnson. The Dodgers, of course, won the 2020 World Series, so now he's got a Major League Baseball title to his credits. And he's also been partners in the Dayton Dragons, which is a Class A minor league baseball team in Ohio. And again, he's beating records there. Sold out more than 1,000 consecutive games. Although he sold that stake in 2014. Gotta keep that stuff turning over, man. Gotta keep it turning over. Always looking like a shark for the next opportunity. Together with Guggenheim, Johnson was also involved in the February 2014 purchase of the LA Sparks team in the WNBA. And that's another whole area that we really should talk about sometime. It's absolutely fascinating. So he was named in that year as one of ESPNW's Impact 25. One of the people who are having a major effect on sports in the US. And of course, he's moved on to football, or as citizens of the United States might call it, soccer, and is expanding franchises based in also LA there as well. Incredible. Absolutely incredible man. Sort of ending on a slightly somber note today, but I think, you just reflect on someone who has faced incredible adversity, nonetheless has amazing talent, does a lot of wonderful work for his community and others, and I think that reflects on Magic Johnson really, really well. So, if you had to own a stake in any particular sports franchise or team, which would it be? Find it out in the comments below, everyone. Maybe I'll see you there. Oh, and of course, as always, if you've enjoyed today's video, found the talk interesting and stimulating, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it around with your friends and family, get them in on the discussion as well, hit the bell icon for notifications and all that jazz, and join the channel. Have a wonderful day, take care, be safe, see you around.